We tested 7 AI humanizers on the same piece of content. 6 of them still triggered AI detection after processing, but only 1 passed every major detector, read naturally, and kept its SEO structure intact. You see, the difference is how each tool actually rewrites at the sentence level and how the humanization process works. So today I'm going to be breaking down the best AI humanizers specifically for SEO content teams in 2026. We're going to be covering what separates a real humanizer from a glorified spinner, which tools actually hold up, and why Phrasely is the #1 that most SEO teams are landing on, and my favorite as well. Now, let's start with the actual problem, because most SEO teams are solving the wrong thing. When Google talks about AI content and spam, they are not saying AI content is automatically bad. I really want you to understand what they penalize is low quality, unedited, mass-produced content that exists purely to manipulate rankings. The issue is that most AI writing tools produce content that pattern matches exactly to that description I just gave. Uniform sentence length, predictable transitions, zero first-hand experience. And detectors catch it because those patterns are so consistent. So a humanizer isn't just making text sound warmer. It needs to structurally break those patterns without destroying your keyword placement or readability of the content. That right there is the bar that most tools don't clear when it comes to humanizing SEO content specifically. With that being said, what should you actually look for when choosing an AI humanizer for an SEO team then? Well, I would say in my opinion, there are 5 criteria that matter the most, so let's go through them fast. #1, detection bypass rates. This right here is table stakes, because if your humanized content still flags on Originality, GPTZero, or Copyleaks, you've accomplished nothing. Any tool that you consider needs documented, repeatable results across all 3 of those platforms, or even more ones, not just one of them. #2, SEO preservation. A humanizer that strips your primary keyword from the first paragraph or breaks your heading hierarchy is actively hurting your rankings while it is helping your detection score. So in that case, you need a tool that understands which elements are load-bearing for SEO and leaves them alone in the process. #3, output readability. Some humanizers produce text that passes detectors because it becomes incoherent. That can be fragmented sentences, weird word choices, or ideas that just don't connect, and that's not a solution that you want to be using. Because at the end of the day, it's something your readers will notice even if the detector doesn't. #4, processing speed and volume. SEO content teams aren't humanizing 1 a week. They are processing dozens a week, if not maybe dozens throughout a few days. So your tool needs to handle batch volume without throttling or degrading the quality. #5, built-in detections so you can verify before publishing. The best workflow is humanize, scan, confirm, and publish, all in one platform. Switching between 3 tools to do that is a time tax that your team shouldn't pay and makes you less effective, so why would you want to do it? Also, I want to say if you're liking this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's look at the tools. I'm ranking them specifically for SEO content teams, not for solo writers or not academics, just for this video about SEO writers. Starting off with Phrasely. Phrasely is the one that most SEO teams are landing on in 2026, and here's why it makes sense, especially for this specific use case. First off, it combines humanization and AI detection inside the same platform in just a click. You paste your content in, humanize it, and immediately it runs a detection scan without leaving the tab. And their detection engine inside checks against multiple models simultaneously. So you're not just passing one detector while failing others. And then for SEO specifically, Phrasely preserves heading structure and keeps the keyword density stable. It's not just randomly rewording every sentence, it's targeting these structural patterns that detectors are going to be flagging. I want to say with the account structure, there's no per seat pricing that blows up your budget as you scale, which is another huge one when it comes to using software as a team. Next up, Undetectable AI. Undetectable AI has strong bypass rates, and it's been around long enough to have a real performance data across detector updates. The limitation for SEO teams is that it's just a standalone humanizer. That means there's no built-in detection, no team features, and no SEO-specific output controls. It's a solid tool for a solo writer, but for an SEO content team running a lot of volume, it's not really gonna be the best. Next up is StealthWriter. I'll give StealthWriter credit. They have a clean interface and a decent bypass performance as well. It also offers a stealth mode that pushes output further from AI patterns. But with that being said, it can also fall short in readability at the higher stealth settings. Basically, the more aggressive it's rewriting, the more the output sounds off to a human reader. And for content for SEO that needs to be genuinely readable and rank, that's a real trade-off you probably don't want to make. Next is BypassGPT. This is another solid tool that performs well on detection tests. It is fast and it handles longer documents without chunking issues, I will say that. Like Undetectable, it's built more though for an individual than it is for an actual team. There's no shared workspace, no integrated detection, and the output occasionally needs a light editing pass to sound polished, so keep that in mind. Next is HIX Bypass. HIX Bypass is part of the larger HIX AI ecosystem, which is an advantage if your team is already using HIX Writer for content generation. But going back again to Phrasely I think has a better content generating tool and a pages tool for writing as well. So once again, when it comes to really being under one umbrella, it's really hard for me to stray away from Phrasely as the best one. Now, with that being said, let me give you the honest head-to-head breakdown across those 5 criteria that we covered. On detection bypass rate, Phrasely, Undetectable AI, and BypassGPT are all very strong. I would say StealthWriter is stronger at the lower settings, and HIX Bypass is pretty competitive as well. But remember, this video is also about SEO. On SEO preservation, I would say that Phrasely is definitely in the lead. On readability, Phrasely and HIX Bypass are the most consistent. BypassGPT is close, but StealthWriter drops off at higher settings like I mentioned before. On speed and volume, all 5 handle the standard blog length fine. But I do want to note that Phrasely and BypassGPT seem to handle longer documents most cleanly. And then on built-in detection, Phrasely is the only tool on this list that handles it natively in its one software. So with that being said, here's the workflow I'd actually recommend for an SEO content team running AI-assisted production in 2026. Step 1, generate your draft in whatever AI writing tool your team uses. Now, if you're gonna be using Phrasely to humanize your content and detect it, you might as well use their content generator in the first place as well. Step 2, no matter which way you're using to generate it, make sure to humanize it then in Phrasely. Step 3 is to then run detection inside of Phrasely immediately after. If you're below a 20% AI score, you are ready for editorial review. Step 4 is a light editorial pass. A human editor reads for accuracy, adds any first-hand experience, and checks the CTA. And then step 5, publish. That's it. And so what you have just done is you compressed all of those steps into just one, specifically with one tool, like I said, if you're using Phrasely. And so if this video helped you, drop a comment below on which humanizer your team is currently using. I want to know what tools you're actually working with out there. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.